Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another photography video. I came across this really awesome underwater landscape place and we took amazing photos of this place. I'm going to show you guys how we took all these photos and how we edited these in Lightroom and Photoshop. Enjoy! Guys, what's up? Today I'm here at this beautiful place. Let me show it to you. It's a little far away. It's a wide angle, so you can't really see where it is, but basically it looks like the buildings or pagoda, whatever it is, it's underwater. And when the sun sets, we're gonna capture like the night shots here. I'm gonna show you guys how to shoot it. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock and it's still sunny, and so maybe in 2 hours the sun's gonna set, and we're gonna set up the camera here and show you guys how to shoot that. Still have to wait for a little bit, but I'm gonna try to take a few shots first and see how it goes. So I'm gonna scope out this area first to see if there's any other interesting spots here. And then when the sun sets, I'm gonna go back to the main area here. Let's go inside the garden here. This is a restaurant. I tripped here last time, so I gotta be careful. It's pretty interesting. I think they blocked this area. You can't go inside. This is pretty cool here. This area. So as you can see, the sun is about to set here. It looks more interesting now, but we'll still have to wait. The sun has set right now, so we're waiting until they lit up the lights here for the buildings here. Today I'm using my 24 to 70. Last time I used my 14 to 24. So ISO, you want to set it at the lowest, about 100 ISO, and aperture between 9 and 11. And the shutter will depend on how long you have to expose. So these are all the images we've taken. So I spent probably like 2-3 hours during the sunset, from probably about 3 to 6 o'clock. So I have pre-selected a few samples that I want to show how I took this. So these are the ones. So when you take those, it's pitch dark, the buildings, but the background is lit up. So in this case, you want to bracket like maybe 2-3 shots. That means for this exposure, I made sure I can expose the background and these lights here properly, that it's not overexposed. And the second shot, I will overexpose it, so make sure these darker areas, I can still have some information inside. So let's go ahead with the earlier ones. So you can actually go in these darker areas, you can actually lit them up and it still looks very good. But I'm not sure, if you have a different camera that doesn't have a high dynamic range, you may want to bracket like 2-3 shots to make sure you can get these exposed. So let's go ahead and fix this here. So let's see if we add in more exposure. And what I normally do is like check the shadows if I can lit up a little bit the underexposed area here. I don't want to do too much, it becomes too HDR look. So just a little bit. I'll show you some tricks later how you can lit up this area a little bit more. And then I check the highlights and see if I can scale a little bit back so you can see all the information. And then I'll add a little bit more contrast to make sure it doesn't look too soft. A little bit more. And then clarity, I don't need it for now. Maybe a little bit more vibrance. Here we can add some more blue in the sky, saturate it a little bit more. It's really up to your taste. You can go all the way here and it looks, but we'll just do a little bit and maybe darken the sky a little bit. Okay, once we're done with the basic adjustments, I use this radial, what is this called? Radial filters. So this one, the radial filters, lets you to individually highlight certain areas, dodge and burn certain areas basically. So let's go ahead and use this tool. This is underexposed and we're gonna lit all these areas up. So we're gonna lit this up, a little bit of contrast. This is pretty dark, so on the temperature wise, on the scale, you can it's up to you if you like it a little bit more colder, so or you can go a little bit warmer, so it's really up to you. So let's keep it a little bit warmer here, a bit more contrast, and lit up the shades a little bit more. You can play around with this a little bit more, the whites and the blacks. Let's go a little bit more. Okay, it looks a lot different now. Let me show you the before and after. So this is the before and after. You can fix all this in Photoshop and export it, all the little details. But with just this little radial filters, you can change a lot the look. Finally, I have this is when it gets really dark already. So this is almost perfect already. You only need a few adjustments, you know. So a little bit more contrast here, vibrance, and again for this one I took 2 exposures. You can have 3, 4 to make sure you capture all the different areas and merge in Photoshop. But I think my camera, I need in my case only 2, so which is good enough. Let me just apply some filters here. Okay, looks good. So I'm gonna copy this all the specs onto this one, the other bracketed image. So everything. Okay, let me just check. So as you can see, so we could use the sky and the lights here, everything that's a little brighter, and then we can use in Photoshop merge this part that still has nice properly exposed area here for these areas that are too dark in this one. We exported files here. We're gonna drag them into Photoshop. Here it is. So I'm gonna drag them overlap the other image. I'm gonna press the Shift key, make sure it's exactly in the same position. Boom. I'm gonna close this one. So we have the 2 images overlapping. So as I said, on the top image is the darker exposed, and the lower one is the a little bit more exposed. So we're going to just basically use the mask. Let me see. We're going to use a brush. Let's say 37%, or maybe less to make sure. 28. So we're gonna brush some areas that are too dark onto the image. Maybe a little bit more. It's fine. I'm gonna merge it. Normally I spend a lot more time on this, but this is just to demonstrate the basics to you, how I merge these two exposures into one. So I'm gonna merge it. Let's say we're gonna use this tool to eliminate this light here. Oops. Okay. Okay, well that's the final picture, pretty much it. I normally spend a lot more time fixing the details and stuff, but this one is only to show you the basics and what I do. But yeah, that's let me show you the before and after. Okay.